Donald Trump wants to govern like a dictator, and the 6-3 conservative supermajority on the Supreme Court seems eager to let him. In an impassioned dissent to today's ruling on birthright citizenship and nationwide injunctions, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson warned of what lies ahead for our democracy now that her conservative colleagues have curtailed one of the only means of reining in potentially illegal actions from this or really any administration. Quote, "Disaster looms. What I mean by this is that our rights-based legal system can only function properly if the executive and everyone else is always bound by law. Today's decision is a seismic shock to that foundational norm, allowing the executive to violate the law at its prerogative with respect to anyone who has not yet sued, carves out a huge exception, a gash in the basic tenets of our founding charter that could turn out to be a mortal wound. What is more, to me, requiring courts themselves to provide the dagger makes a mockery of the judiciary's solemn duty to safeguard the rule of law." Senator Chris Van Hollen is a Democrat of Maryland, and he joins me now to discuss all of this. Senator, thanks so much for joining me. Today, you
Catherine, good to be with you.
Great to see you. Today, you decried the court ceding power to what you call a lawless authoritarian president. What do you think the long-term practical implications of this ruling are or could be?
Well, I agree with Justice Jackson and with the dissent in this case, which is that it is a big blow to our ability to enforce our rights because our rights, our constitutional rights, our other legal rights are, of course, only as good as our ability to enforce them. And what this decision does is it throws up lots of additional roadblocks and obstacles to the remedy, right? Because when your constitutional rights are violated, this is going to make it much harder for individuals other than those who go to court and are themselves plaintiffs to have their rights adjudicated and restored. And so I do think this is a big blow, and it's another example of this Supreme Court that's been largely stacked by Donald Trump appointees, ceding their constitutional responsibilities and duties to the executive, when under Article 3, they're the ones that should be standing up and making sure that we can enforce our rights.
Well, not only ceding their power to rein in the executive, but the power of other courts to potentially stop the executive from taking illegal actions.
Absolutely. I mean the power of the judiciary. I mean the power of Article 3 courts. What the Supreme Court is done, and again, stacked largely by these Trump appointees, is ceding their power under the Constitution, in fact, their responsibility as a judicial branch. They're ceding that to Donald Trump, who is a lawless president. So when you have a combination of a lawless president like Donald Trump, and then you have a Supreme Court that wants to essentially get rid of the remedies that we have when it comes to enforcing our rights, this is a very dangerous moment. So I agree with Judge Jackson and her strong language.
Senator, while Donald Trump faces more nationwide injunctions than any other president, he is correct about that. That's because he issues more unlawful orders than any other president. These injunctions are not unique to Republicans. Joe Biden, his predecessor, had a number of his priorities stymied by similar nationwide injunctions. So this cuts both ways, no?
It does. You're exactly right. And there were, judges who enjoined some of President Biden's actions, his executive orders, where I disagreed with them. And of course, the idea then is they're adjudicated through the court system, from the district court level to the appellate court level, and ultimately to the Supreme Court level. But when you have a system that doesn't allow the most obvious violations of constitutional legal rights to be remedied on a nationwide basis when they're violated, then you expose people for very long periods of time to being stripped of their constitutional or other legal rights. And so that's why I think this was a blow to protecting our rights. And we now have two branches of government. We have the Article III courts in the form of the Supreme Court anyway, and now the Congress, where you have majority Republicans who are ceding their power also to a president who wants to be king. I mean, just today, Republicans, all but one, voted against the War Powers Resolution. The War Powers Resolution was a very simple idea founded in the Constitution that says you can't go to war without congressional authorization. And yet, all but one Republican senator abdicated their responsibility and essentially said, we're going to give that power to Donald Trump alone. So this is a very dangerous moment for our democracy and protection of our rights.
You know, it's funny. I've heard over the years calls to abolish ICE, but I also wonder if we should just abolish Congress if your colleagues are not going to do their jobs.
I've not called to abolish ICE. I've called to rein in the excesses we see from ICE.
Fair enough. I've taken us off track. I do want to ask your thoughts on where the so-called big beautiful bill stands at this point. Speaking of Congress acting or not acting, the negotiations seem to be ongoing. It seems like the ability to bring the Republican Party together has gotten harder since some of the provisions in the bill have been stricken for not complying with these, esoteric rules to get a bill passed through party line vote. But Donald Trump says he wants this bill to be passed within the next week, by July 4th. How realistic do you think that is at this point?
Well, I hope that we're able to stop it. And of course, back in 2017, when Donald Trump and a majority Republican Congress tried to undo the Affordable Care Act, we ultimately stopped them with that one vote in the United States Senate. I hope we can stop them again this time in the United States Senate. They do seem right now, Catherine, hell-bent on stripping away people's health care protections, especially very deep cuts in Medicaid, in order to partially finance these tax cuts for billionaires and the very wealthy. That framework is something that they continue to adhere to. Now, you're absolutely right. It's gotten complicated with individual provisions, and the Senate parliamentarian has said that they're trying to pass things in this bill that they're not allowed to pass in this particular form and this procedure. But look, I ask all the people who are listening to this program and others around the country, Americans, regardless of your party, please mobilize and call Republican senators and House members. This is the moment to stop this bill, which will do great harm and great damage to tens of millions of our fellow Americans. And again, all for the purpose of partially financing a tax cut for very wealthy people. And by the way, even after that, it will add $4.2 trillion to our deficit, which we will all pay for in one form or another.
Senator Chris Van Hollen, thanks so much for joining us this evening.